What is up, guys? What is up? So, did Candace get the call? Did she sell out? Did this interview with Erika Kirk for 4 hours, did it accomplish something? Did Candace Owens get this smoking gun that now she can prove that it's all a conspiracy, that TPUSA was involved, that Israel was involved? Can she prove that now after this 4 hour meeting? Unfortunately not. Unfortunately, this was a huge nothing burger. There is no new information. I just sat here and listened to the entire episode of Candace's new show after her and Erika sat down, and there is zero new information. And as I was watching it, I was a little late to the live, but what fascinated me is the live comments. I mean, a lot of people are sitting there saying, let's see if I can pull up some examples. This cleared up nothing. I'm so confused. Someone said Nick was 100% right. Nick Fuentes. Let's see. What did she accomplish? You know, just a lot of comments. What else? Trying to see. You sold out and it shows. Something is off. This may ruin her career. And then you also have people supporting her in the comments, and the people that are supporting her are basically saying that, oh, they're just bots that are coming after her. It's all just bots. So, and I've noticed this on the internet too, is like when somebody says something that they disagree with, or a group of people come out in a mob and say something that they disagree with, everyone just says, oh, it's bots, oh, it's bots, oh, it's bots. And I think I'm going to give you guys two examples because it was a long episode, but one of the nothing burgers that she came out with were these call logs. Here, I'll just let you listen to what she had to say about it.
And so there was detail Charlie's brought to security. Mikey McCoy calls his wife. They will stay on the phone for 10 minutes. Okay? In that same minute, because we know this because Blake Neff has given us his call log to his mother, Blake Neff called his mom. His call with his mother lasted 45 seconds. So we're assuming it went to 12:25. It very well could have stayed in 12:24, depending on the millisecond. Blake Neff ends that phone call with his mother. Mikey McCoy, after the phone call with his mother ends, adds Erika to the phone. Okay, so that when he was recapping, and he's like, oh, his lips quivering, and he's like, I gotta call Erika. And he's like, and then I called my mom. That's not right. That's just not right. Okay, Mikey called Erika after Blake Neff ended that phone call with his mother. If call logs are to be believed above, human testimony. Mikey McCoy then drops Erika from the phone call 2 minutes later, and then he adds his father to the phone call. Again, he is this entire time on the phone with his wife, okay? And then Mikey McCoy ends his phone call with his father. He does call another person who I'm not mentioning because it's just not relevant to anything, not a character in the story, rather. And then he ends the phone call with his wife, and a minute later, his brother calls him back, and they stay on the phone for 10 minutes. I did not get this from everybody speaking about this Mikey McCoy call log. I know that you guys did not get this. I did not get this. I don't know why she was disappeared from this. Like, you could go, look, the wife wants privacy. No, she was main stage at the memorial, has been, I would say very involved in a lot of this kind of, I think it's very close that she's close with Erika. They went on the vacation together. So I don't get this disappearing act. I found that to be like, okay, but they were forthcoming with it. That feels good. That feels good, guys. Like, wow, we don't have to guess. Now we have solid answers. And like I said, when you come out and give solid answers and you're not weird and calling people names and saying all this stuff, it allows people to go, okay, I feel a bit more like we can trust this process because we have communication. That's the reality. And so I wanted to update you with that. Also,
Yeah, there is no new information about those call logs. Who was it in the call logs? I forgot his name. Let me scroll back. Mike McCoy's call logs. Okay, so she's saying that this guy was not honest about who he was calling or exactly how it went down perfectly. But even if he lied about the call logs, and I'm looking at these call logs right now, there is nothing that is here that indicates that, oh, because of these call logs, TPUSA betrayed Charlie and had him killed. It's just another nothing burger. And then she says, oh, they were forthcoming about it. So she's kind of conceding on that one. Now, again, did she get the call? Did she sell out? No, I don't think that is. I think that she just doesn't have enough to sustain her credibility on this. And then she talks about the Egyptian planes, which I thought was weird because she brings it up. And again, there's just no new information. It makes me wonder, like, did she just sit down with Erika and just get nowhere and then panicked and just did a show, like, rehashing what she's already said? That's the vibe that I'm getting. So listen to the Egyptian planes and tell me if you think any of this information is new.
there's not a lot of clarity there. Lastly, I want to add, of course, I was locked in this meeting when people on live were another round of debunking the Egyptian planes. I want to be very clear. We discussed the Egyptian planes, and I have since worked on an incredible document about the Egyptian planes, which we are going to put up on our website, because I realized that when we shared that spreadsheet, people assumed that one of the columns, which was actually saying where the planes landed on that day, because it was plus or minus 3 days, was exactly where Erika had been on that day, and that was inaccurate. And so for clarity, I had been working on the last week on turning it into an interactive timeline that we can put up on our website, because I'm certain that these Egyptian planes are incredibly shady, and that they were in fact tracking Turning Point USA, Faith, broader events. Of course, Erika was at some of them, Charlie was at some of them, but it is the pattern here is undeniable. So let the naysayers and people make videos trying to, fifth round debunk these planes. I also want to say to you that I feel very confident that I know why these planes have caused such panic, and it is because there is overwhelming evidence that these planes regularly fly in and out of Israel. And I'm going to present that evidence tomorrow. I say that strongly. This is I feel very confident saying these Egyptian planes are flying in and out. And notice I'm saying planes because once I was able to connect people that were on those planes onto other Egyptian planes, I was able to realize that these planes are flying in and out of Israel and turning their transponder off each time that they do it. That is now makes perfect sense of why there was this mass panic, right? It's not exactly like we have a strong Egyptian lobby in the United States. Not like we're like, whoa, well, those darn Egyptians again are trying to get TikTok censored. I mean, every person in the game, Barry, acting. Well, these are the usual suspects that act if something is a threat to Israel, okay? Which is, they should have just been forthcoming, pretended that it was changing apart. Instead, they're trying to gaslight us, and they're actually, frankly, just pissing me off. So
if you don't understand
there's an ad. 1 sec.
Hold
up.
Pushing me and keep pushing me, I will become an expert on these planes. I'll learn how to build an Egyptian plane. And the reality is, like I said, tomorrow I will show you how these planes tie back to Israel. And there's no disproving this. So.
And that's the thing that bugs me is throughout this entire episode, she keeps saying, tomorrow I'll present the evidence. Tomorrow I'll present the evidence. It's like, why don't you just present it now? And it gives me this vibe that she's just milking it. She's milking it for as many episodes as she can get because maybe time's running out on this issue because nothing lasts forever. You know how the ups and downs go on the internet. This issue could be totally irrelevant in 2026. And what is she going to be popular about? If she can't prove that TPUSA was responsible or she can't finish that narrative to have this smoking gun and Candace was right, she's this investigative journalist that knows more than anybody else. If she can't do that, she will lose to Nick Fuentes. She will lose to all these other people. But let's see what else she has to say about the planes because so far it's not new information at all.
more on that later. We'll be right back after throwing it to some of our sponsors.
And that's all she had to say. So yeah. I suggest that you guys watch this entire Candace Owens episode, and please tell me if there's anything in the episode that I missed, because again, I haven't been following this conspiracy theory that closely, but I haven't learned anything new from what she said in this episode. And I'm curious, what do you guys think? Like, do you think that she just sat down with Erika, raised the questions, they answered the questions with semi-reasonable explanations, and then Candace was like, okay, and nothing happened, and then she just has to go on with her show, continuing the conspiracy theory? I don't know. Maybe Candace is right, and maybe she got the call. I don't know. Now, when it comes to the dishonesty of TPUSA, I don't know if they're being dishonest because they killed, offed. I have to be careful with what I say on YouTube. They offed Charlie Kirk. I think it's more to do with protecting Israel. Now, Israel, they've been becoming less and less popular with people online, specifically the younger people. So maybe they do feel like, okay, we have to have good news out there. We have to have good press for Israel. So in order to do that, we have to lie, which is a stupid strategy. But just because there's some shady interactions between TPUSA and Israel isn't enough, at least for me, isn't enough for me to make that jump that, oh, they did this to Charlie. They're responsible for this with Charlie. Even if they offered him all this money and he turned it down, even if Charlie was feeling less and less like supportive of Israel, like even with all those things to take into account, it doesn't have enough for me to make that jump. And I'm open-minded to any conspiracy. Like if Candace Owens comes out in her episode tomorrow and she has all this new information that is without doubt makes me more confident that TPUSA might have done this, then I'll make a video about it and I'll give her all the credit in the world. But it just gives me this weird vibe. Like she met with Erika, she should have gotten more answers. Instead, nothing new changed. And then it's like, I don't know. This whole thing is weird. Is she doing it for clicks, popularity, likes, to be number one? Maybe. But it's not sustainable in my opinion. Nick Fuentes, I guarantee you, he's going to come out and he's going to do a video about this and he will annihilate her again. He is licking his chops, ready to just destroy her for not having any evidence. And maybe there's other podcasters that want to be popular too, so they feel like in order for them to be popular, they got to take down Candace because they might feel like Candace's whole argument isn't sustainable. I don't know. If there's something I'm missing, please tell me in the comments. Like, comment, and share. This is Townsley R. signing off. Thank you.